Welcome to Rustler Gymnasium. It is the Rustler Basketball Classic. 2 games already completed. Western Nebraska's women taking care of Northwest College. The Northwest men then downing NJC in the 2 previous games. And the nightcap features the 2 home teams. The CWC women checking in at 1-2 on the season. On the other side, you're looking at the Lamar Lady Lopes and their head coach Lauren Bogle. And they are coming into Riverton at 2-3, having lost their last 2 basketball games. Good evening, I'm John Gabrielson alongside Joel Kindle, and we bring you the Rustler Classic and the home lid lifter, if you will. Oh, I stole your line.
I was going to say that, Rich Burkhamshaw, we're thinking about you.
Toast to Rich Burkhamshaw. And I guess 2 teams kind of struggling for their identities early on.
True, and I think, like I said, for CWC, home cooking is certainly something maybe they could hope to get something going here. You know, I think probably neither team satisfied with the start they've gotten so far, but would both like to, well, for one of these teams, they'll be 500 on the year with a win today.
Yeah, both teams played on Tuesday night. Central losing at Colorado Northwestern. Lamar lost to Kansas Technical Institute in a game on Tuesday, and already you see a couple of gals on crutches at midcourt for head coach Lauren Bogle. It's her first season, and it's essentially her 3rd month of being the head coach at Lamar. She got the job August 21st, and practices began October 1st.
That is mind-boggling.
It certainly is for head coach Lauren Bogle. Her assistant coach is Devin Carter. They came from Lakeland College in Illinois.
And that's a school that's had some pretty good teams through the years, in fact.
I think D2 national champions last year, in fact, on the ladies' side.
Level, yep.
And so that's where head coach Bogle is from. You got head coach Lindsey Fearing starting her 4th season, and Javaris Bellamy, the assistant coach. And we're glad to have him back. He had kind of a little health scare prior to the season getting underway. He is back on the bench and ready to go for CWC as they come out here tonight. Quickly, a Rustler report, and then we'll take a break. But looking at the Rustler report, the CWC women's volleyball team found out who they will play yesterday as a 12 seed. They will take on Missouri State. West Plains, I guess, is what it is.
Yeah, it didn't show up that way on the bracket, but that is who they are mostly known as.
Right. And so they will play Thursday, 2 o'clock Mountain Time from Hutchinson, Kansas, in the first round of the regional, the NJCAA championships. A 12 versus a 5, so we'll get Coach Darshea Gallard and company leaving around noontime on Monday to get down there to Nationals. Our cross-country team is at Nationals. They will run tomorrow morning in Richmond, Virginia for the guys. 2 of the ladies running under the CWC banner as they get ready to take on the rest of the field in the NJCAA NJCAA cross-country championships. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to have our interview with our head coach, Lindsey Fearing, as your pregame continues here on Rustler Radio. Lindsey Fearing, the head basketball coach of the CWC women in her 4th season as the head coach. Let's take a look at some starting lineups, and then we're going to hit the national anthem coming your way here in just a few moments. And let's get you those as we get our crew. We got a skeleton crew because we have got some students down in Laramie doing the state football championships tomorrow. Got some other students off campus, and Elliot is here running our camera for us, and even the instructor, Amanda Nikoloff, a little bit under the weather tonight as well. Let's look at the Lamar Lady Lopes first of all. They will start number 1, Jolie Ortiz. She is a 5'6" freshman averaging 7 points a game from Rye, Colorado. Altea Cara Angeles, a 5'6" sophomore, has committed to Dixie down in St. George.
Which, by the way, if you notice, there's a law in Utah. They're passing to maybe change the name of Dixie College right now. I don't know if you've been aware of that.
Wouldn't surprise me. She's out of Melbourne, Australia. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals per game for Altea. Number 3 will be all over the place for Lamar. Number 5 is Vivian Castro. She is a 5'6" sophomore, averaging 9 points a game out of San Antonio, Texas. Emily Schumacher, a 5'11" freshman, wears number 15. 6 points, 6 boards per ball game out of Colorado Springs. And out of Spain, the 6-foot sophomore, number 23, is Christina Rojas. She averages 11 points, 9 rebounds per ball game. They average 60 points a game, giving up 53. Central on the other side, averaging 65, giving up 53. They will start like this. Number 2 is the 5'6" freshman from Portland, Oregon. That is Chevelle Boyd, averaging 8 points and 4 rebounds per ball game. Number 10, Alex Terrazas, a 5'6" sophomore. Alex averaging 13 points, 3 boards per game from El Paso, Texas. Number 11, Alexis Motisi, the 5'10" sophomore out of Riverton. She is averaging 11.7 points per game and 6th in the country right now at rebounding at 14.3. And that is Alexis Motisi, number 11. Number 21 is a 5'11" freshman out of Australia, averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds per ball game, Callista New. And number 23 is Liv Knapp, the 5'6" freshman from Hillsboro, Oregon, averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds per game, and 4 assists, shooting 87% from the free throw line. So it will be Boyd, Terrazas, Motisi, New, and Knapp, the 5 and white for the CWC ladies.
And we're already tied in the Australians on the starting lineups.
Absolutely, yeah. Got one on each side of the equation. Not sure if we're going to get a national anthem here or not. Nope, going to go right into the starting lineups. And Lamar will be dressed in their road black uniforms, white numbers, and blue accents. Blue, their majority color, if you will. Central on the other side, their home whites, orange numbers, black trim Central across their front. Lauren Bogle and Devin Carter, the first-year coach and assistant. They played together at Lakeland College in Illinois. Obviously not on the same team, but they were playing at the same time there. And he come out as an assistant coach for Coach Bogle. Boyd, Chevelle Boyd, the 5'6" freshman. Alex Terrazas, 5'6" sophomore. Alexis Motisi, the 5'10" sophomore. Callista New at 5'11", the freshman from Australia. And Liv Knapp, the 5'6" freshman, number 23. 4th season for Lindsey Fearing as the head coach. 2nd year with Javaris Bellamy as the assistant coach. And again, she mentioned it in the pregame, but we'll be getting 2 more players when the volleyball run is over for CWC.
Which will help them height-wise, because right now their lineup a little bit smaller, I think, in the starting lineup anyhow against this Lamar team.
Yeah, Marley Albrecht, who is a 6-foot sophomore out of Sandy, Utah, and Hallie Bartley, a 5'11" freshman from Grantsville, Utah, will join the team as well. Once again, I'm John Gabrielson. That's Joel Kindle. And we are getting ready for basketball. The home opener for CWC as Christina Rojas will step into the midcourt circle against Alexis Motisi. And quarter number 1. And the home season is underway. Ball will be won by Motisi, but I think it's going to go out of bounds.
I think the officials weren't sure. Okay, one official that was closest did not see it.
They will give the ball to Lamar. I think that's...
Which is the right call.
I think it is, absolutely. I think Lexi won the toss and then got knocked out of bounds, and now they're going to talk about it across the way. Referee...
Our first controversy 3 seconds in.
I think they're asking if it's going to be 27 seconds on the shot clock or 30. but it's going to be 30 as Castro, D'd up by Boyd, goes left side to Angeles. Ortiz back to Angeles. She's going to take it on the bounce, fly for 6 off the back of the iron. No good, a rebound by Rojas. She'll dish it outside, and the shot good by Schumacher. But she just powered it right up, and it's 2-0 Lamar.
And she's the tallest player on the court. She looks a bit bigger than 5'11" than our 5'10s.
Boyd hands it off to Knapp. She'll fire a 3. That rims in and out. And the rebound will be run by Angeles.
Nice balancing act as she's able to keep that ball in play.
Castro, Ortiz and Carr playing catch at the top against this man-to-man. And Carr gets free for 3, no good. Good box out by Motisi. And the ball bounces into the hands of Boyd. Knapp rises for 15, short front of the iron. Big rebound on the offensive side by Callista New. Central will reload with 20 on that shot clock as it resets to Motisi. 21 points her last game out, including a 3-pointer. 6 on the shot clock. Boyd to Motisi. Pump fakes. She'll drive down the lane. Gets bodied up. Ball goes flying out of bounds. Goes out of bounds. They'll call nothing. And I don't know if we give a turnover on that or a shot or what. There was some pretty good contact and nothing called either way.
I'm not sure which way the call would have been either,
right,
for that matter. But and I think at the end, Motisi trying to draw the foul. So I think I'm going to call it a shot.
I went turnover, so they didn't call anything. So nonetheless, C-Dub back on defense. Schumacher hands it off. Angeles, nice dish, that extra pass to Rojas, and it's 4-0 Lamar.
A nice interior passing that time by the Lopes.
4-0, 8 minutes first quarter on that Pepsi scoreboard. Knapp scoots it into the corner. New trying to post up. Motisi does on the low block. Back up top. Terrazas for 3 is off the mark. Rebound though by Chevelle Boyd. Central 0 for 3 to start the game from the field shooting. Knapp's going to try to end that. Can't. That one dish pans out of there, and it's taken away by Rojas. 0 for 3 from three-point land. 0 for 4 from the field to start the game for the Rustlers. Angeles runs past Knapp, puts it up. She'll go down with some contact and got it to drop.
Not the start CWC wants, I don't think, in their home opener.
Down 6-0 early on the Pepsi scoreboard. Knapp, backdoor Boyd, cut off there. Back to Liv at the top, now Terrazas. Looking for a pick from Motisi, goes away from that pick. Back to Boyd, while weaves through traffic, lay it up and in, Chevelle Boyd. Get the and one.
Yeah, get a pretty good applause from the CW men's basketball team at that end.
Ortiz will get the foul, her first personal, gets Central on the board. And to the line goes Chevelle Boyd. Chevelle 75% on the year from the free throw line. Cuts the lead in half, down 6-3 now. 3 minutes gone by, first quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. Castro has it knocked away by Terrazas, who might have got away with a reach on that near midcourt. Decent crowd for the home opener for the ladies. The men, they played Monday afternoon of last week, as getting free in the paint and missing badly. New will get the rebound.
Of course, you got those other teams playing in the tournament watching, makes the crowd look a little inflated.
Knapp goes the other way, no good. Rebound, Motisi and Ortiz will tie it up, and that'll go Alexis's way on the alternating arrow. Boy, Central early on, 1 for 6 from the field. As Knapp will trigger the inbound. Goes up top, Terrazas. Back in the corner, long 3. Knapp is good, and we're tied. Liv Knapp, trifecta, and we're 6 apiece.
Interesting, Lamar opens the game in a zone, CWC in a man-to-man / person-to-person.
You're watching this on TV, by the way, or on RustlerAthletics.com, as Boyd collided with the player. Nice dish underneath, bounce off glass by Rojas, and she's got 4. There are 3 different three-point lines out there, and none of them in the college game matter except for the gray one the furthest out. That is the men's and women's three-point line. where Knapp is. Oh, she traveled with it at the top.
Yeah, definitely.
Right side 17-footer misses off the mark. Ortiz will get the rebound. Baseline, reverse underneath, blocked by Motisi, taken away by Terrazas. Underneath, Mo back outside, pump fake Terrazas, baseline floater for 10, left short. Player goes down and will stop play on the rebound by Schumacher.
She's a player with a wrapped knee already, and that's the knee she is holding.
That's not Schumacher got the rebound, but it's Christina Rojas, the 6-foot sophomore from Spain, that is down right now. And athletic trainer Adam Simon going to go over and administer some aid.
Yeah, from Frank Phillips College for a freshman year.
Going to call a 30-second timeout. Trying to look in, it's Lamar that calls it. As Rojas
I'm surprised
still
they
down.
really need to call it because, you know, she's down and nothing's going to happen anyhow.
Right. Each team went back to their respective benches nonetheless, as Lamar does call what essentially is a 30-second timeout. Rojas limping on that left knee as she'll walk off under her own power. Well, I guess not under her own power.
Yeah, putting very, very little weight on the braced knee.
5:37 left to play first quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. 8-6 out in front is Lamar, and Coach Bogle's going to go clean up the perspiration on the turf out there.
One of the many hats of Adam Simon in action there as he comes off from the scores table to administer as the physical therapist.
Helping run some tunes and help with stats with Sarah Watson out of our athletic department. So out of the timeout, Ariana Aguirre is going to check into the ball game for Rojas. She is a 5'10 sophomore from San Antonio, Texas. Full court pressure out of the Lady Rustlers. As also into the ball game comes Mimi Bolden for Central. Malia Bolden, Mimi, she is a 5'6 freshman from Salem, Oregon, D'ing up at the top of that defense for Central. Right now, Aguirre. Angeles with it now. 12 on the shot clock. Angeles gets free in the corner for three and airmails it. Motisi comes away with a rebound and is fouled. Second board of the night for Lexi, and she gets fouled by Schumacher. That'll be her first, team second. Central basketball out of bounds. Boy, and Angeles a better shooter than that. Just airmailed that from the three-point baseline. Central a chance to tie again or take the lead with a three. Motisi penetrates, goes to the glass. Shot rolls out of there, and it's taken away by Aguirre. Ivana Beach into the ball game for Central as Knapp's going to get called a foul on the baseline on Aguirre. And Liv Knapp will pick up her first personal foul. You can hear the ladies chatting underneath. Aguirre will go to the free throw line. Free throw is not good. Appreciate you watching online at rustlerathletics.com. This is Aguirre's first game played by stats provided to the NJCAA, and she's 1 for 2 from the free throw line, making the second one. 9-6, biggest lead has been 6. Beach hands it back to Knapp. Liv baseline, shut off there, Ivana. Back up top to Terrazas. Man-to-man defense employed by Lamar. Shot clock down at 10 with Terrazas, keeping it on a bounce. It's going to go off the foot of Angeles into the back court, and with 3 on the shot clock, they'll call a jump ball, and it's going to go Lamar. That'll be a turnover on Central. Their first or their second turnover, depending on how you scored the one shot / turnover down. And I know that has been a bugaboo of C-Dub. 27 in the loss to CSI, 22 on Tuesday night against Colorado Northwestern. So Coach trying to keep that in the low teens in the turnover category.
That was a nice reach. I think it was Castro, wasn't it? Put the reach in there.
Angelis.
Okay.
She'll take it left side on Terrazas. Stops, floats 10, got it.
Interesting, she adjusted her shot. She's going to go for the layup and kind of did a 2-foot jump shot as it turned out.
Back to a 5-point Lamar lead. It's been 6, 6, and 5 the scoring runs right now. Terrazas. Motisi has it, left side wing to the free throw line. Beach for 3 is the back of the iron. Motisi, though, the offensive rebound, and they will reset. Knapp penetrates on Castro, 15, no good, and Schumacher a rebound. A couple of subs as Boyd and New will check back in for Central next whistle. Angelis for 3 is good. Biggest lead of the night and a timeout called.
And they certainly opened it up for a wide open 3 that time, and she took advantage of it.
3:18 left to play first quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. It is the Lamar Lopes 14, your Central Rustlers 6. We'll be back after this quick timeout. This is Rustler Basketball from 88.1 and Rustler Media. Central finds themselves down by 8. They'll burn a timeout. Boyd, Beach, back up top to Bolden. Now Callista New for 3, left side. Doesn't get in there. And a Lamar Lopes rebound coming down to Hannah Wolf. Hannah has just checked into the ball game. She is a 5'10 freshman from Thornton, Colorado. 14-8 Lamar out in front. It was 6-0, then 6-6, and now 8 in a row by Lamar on their run. Ortiz playing catch with Castro. Now Angelis back out to Castro. Good look at a 3. That will fall short. Long rebound out to Angelis, though.
Well, they're very methodical in their offense, aren't they?
Backing out to the half-court stripe is Castro. Shot clock down to 10 after the reset to 20. Castro, left side, baseline of Wire. 3 to shoot. Angelis just in front of the shot clock. They'll call it a shot clock violation.
They may have been too methodical.
Take away the I want to give her a rebound. I want to give Beach a rebound and a missed shot. But they'll call it a shot clock violation on a turnover. Their first of the night. 2 minutes left, first quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. Central down 8. Chevelle Boyd, baseline, New, 10-footer, front of the iron. No good, Aguirre the rebound. Boy, Central right now 2 of 14 from the field. Pump fake and a travel violation on T. Guardiola.
Might have been the 3rd travel I've seen, maybe the first one called, but
right. Even in the turnovers at 2 apiece right now, so Central getting that turnover number down, just not being able to shoot the ball into the
that round thing.
Yeah, 2 of 14 from the field right now. 14%. That shot's back of the iron, no good. Aguirre the rebound. That ball squirts out. They'll go Central basketball. Turnover number 3 on Lamar. Minute 24 remaining in quarter number 1 on the Pepsi scoreboard. Boyd at the top of the key takes the inbounds. Back out to New. Knapp where she made her other 3 on the way. Good. Liv Knapp. Her second 3 of the game finally gets Central off of an 8-0 run by Lamar.
By the way, Rojas still being attended to by our trainer at the end of the bench.
Yeah, she went down early. If you're just joining us, Christina Rojas possibly re-injuring what looked like already an injured left knee. Guardiola back up top. Angeles kick it out in the corner left side. Castro, 3 to answer is good. Back to an 8-point Lamar lead. Inside of a minute left to play first quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. New from the top for 3. Front, no good. Angeles will go get the rebound.
And she was fouled in the backcourt.
Reach and a foul by Mimi Bolden in the backcourt.
Yeah, I don't think you got a press set up, but you fouled 94 feet away from the basket.
3 rebounds from Altea Cara Angeles. 7 points for her as well. 17-9, 8-point lead. Shot clock at 20, game clock at 25. If you're watching on TV, you can see that. Angeles for 3, got a good look, and she knocked it down on the pump fake.
Yeah, great fake.
10 points in the first quarter alone for Altea Cara Angeles. Knapp calling the last play, perhaps, with 10 seconds left. Floats from 10 at the top. Back of the iron, no good on the rebound. Rebound by Castro, shot at the buzzer, not close. And that's how the first quarter will end. A 11-point advantage for the visitors as they lead it 20-9. We'll come back after this timeout. This is Rustler Basketball, streaming live at rustlerathletics.com. End of one quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. It's Lamar 20, it's Central 9. And this, by the way, is the 5th meeting since these two teams brought back the sport in 2007. And there's a stop in play. What do they got going on?
Probably CWC got lucky with that stop.
Yeah, I have no idea what the stop in play was for, but Angeles looked like she had a steal there taken away from her.
Possible layup, probable layup.
Central leads the series 3-1. Lamar, though, did win 48-40 on this floor last year. Different head coach, but
for Lamar,
some different returners as Terrazas. 3 in the corner is good. Big bucket ordered by CWC. Alex Terrazas' first bucket of the night. Down by 8 now. Ortiz blocked and taken away by Liv Knapp. Knapp corner, 2-pointer, long 2-pointer goes, skims off the other side of the iron. No good for Central. Guardiola with the rebound. Wide open underneath, reverse lay-in, not gonna go in, but she's fouled.
Well, she made her easier shot, I thought, difficult. I thought very right-handed, wanted no part of taking the ball up from that side.
Free throw is good. Second is good as well. Foul, by the way, went against Callista New, her first personal. And then Central will throw it at the feet of Boyd. It settles out of bounds. That'll be a turnover on Central as they went to break the press.
It wasn't just at the feet, it was on the feet. So.
Baseline. Shot partially blocked. Terrazas going to take it away on the air ball. Again, partially blocked to get there. Motisi in traffic. She gets bodied up with Angeles. They're going to say it's Central basketball, as they had contact and nothing called. Knapp in the corner again for 3.
So when these coaches came from Lakeland, it is a package deal where there were jobs for both, because
she could
some
hire
places there aren't.
She could hire the assistant, and she offered it to Devin, is what it sounded like. As Knapp has 3 threes, she has 9 points, cuts the lead to 7. Guardiola throws it away, gets it back. Boyd nearly gets a foul. Left side shot for 3 on the way. Back of the iron, no good. Terrazas knocked it out of bounds. Whoa, they're going to go with Central on the rebound. Looked like Alex Terrazas had knocked it out of bounds.
And CWC kind of slowly creeping back into this ball game at 22-15 now on our Pepsi scoreboard. 8:05 to go here in the second quarter of play. Both teams one game under 500 early in the year, a chance to go to 500 with a win.
Knapp is in the paint. Count the bucket and the foul. Contact in there, and I'm with you. I thought maybe they would go the other way with that.
Boy, Knapp's in double figures already, too.
Knapp now with 11. Foul whistled on Guardiola. Knapp free throw is good for the 3-point play. 12 points for Liv. It's a 4-point ball game.
Be careful about the hand checking. Oh, there you go.
As if on cue, Chevelle Boyd gets whistled for a foul at midcourt. Right as you make sure to give the warning, the foul comes. 7:44 left, first half, 22-18, Lamar out in front.
You might not believe it, but you probably will. I have a Lamar baseball jersey from this Lamar, not the one in Texas.
I was going to say
the 4-year school. I do have several from that school too, though. So
Maylee Waters is into the ball game. She's wearing number 25 as opposed to the 13 on the roster. As that shot no good from 3, Motisi out muscles for the rebound. Here come the Lady Rustlers. Boyd, one extra pass. Terrazas for 3 at the top, right side, no good. Motisi comes in and grabs another rebound. That's 5 for Lexi. So I'm getting word from our score table that, oh, nice inbounds to Motisi. She's going to be fouled by Schumacher. Some of the numbers may be messed up for Lamar, so if I'm calling a number and a wrong name, I'm going to apologize. I went over this roster with Coach Bogle before the game, and don't know if she didn't notice different numbers than what they have, but Maylee Waters wearing number 25, not number 13, as Motisi will fire up the first free throw, no good. I think everybody else is matching up so far. We'll at least hope. So I apologize if I get some wrong information out there to you. Motisi misses both. Nice rebound, though, by Elena Almeria. And that shot doesn't go either.
She just checked into the ball game.
Schumacher, Guardiola, Waters with it. A lot of good offensive ball movement, and that ball hits my crowd mic, or the hoop mic underneath as you hear it hit hard.
Boy, it may never be the same.
Foul is going to be whistled on Central on Almeria.
We're about to start picking up truckers on the CB radio.
One on each corner of the paint for Lamar. They'll trigger it in. 7 minutes left to play. Wide open, Angeles. Blocked by Terrazas, taken away by Boyd. Nice job. That's 2 blocks for Alex, I think, in this ball game.
And not biting on the fake as much as they were doing earlier.
Knapp, the opposite corner of hometown where she likes to shoot. Boyd for 3. That's good as she steps back just behind the line. And it's a 2-point game. Central's erased an 11-point deficit. We're going to call it a 1-point game. Wow. I have a 23. Oh, I see why. It is a 1-point game. Yes, I have to delete one of my free throws to put it in Maylee's category as opposed to the Phantom category. 22-21, a 1-point game, 10-point run for Central as they climb their way back into this. Again, they were down 11 at 20-9, so a 12-2 run for Central that has brought them back now to within 1.
Got some new graphics on our scoreboard. I see the timeout one is new.
Yeah, timeout 1 is new.
We could just get that guy dropping the anvil.
Stephen McKnight out of Wyoming PBS doing a great job of getting those connected for us. And, of course,
he hasn't got the anvil for us yet.
Francis Obakoya, our Wyoming PBS engineer, helping us out at every step of the way. Of course, Amanda Nikoloff, the new media professor here at CWC. And Elliot Follett is our cameraman up here tonight, high above Rustler Gymnasium.
Perhaps should mention the 2 state champions crowned today in football in Laramie.
You're going to just guess that Cody pulled that one out, winning 35-10 late in the 3rd?
It was into the 4th, actually, when I was looking. So
yeah, I would think.
Cody winning the 3A championship over Jackson.
Back to back.
And Little Snake River, which after not winning it last year, but the year before, comes back and wins it this year.
So if Little Snake River loses at any time during the season, they're not going to win a state title because the 4 times that they've won it, they've went undefeated those 4 years.
2 were connected, I believe, right?
Yes. Castro gets it into the front court on Mimi Bolden. Shot clock at 14. Boyd working on Angeles, going to run right past her and miss the layup, but Waters is going to knock that rebound out of there. Nice job by Maylee Waters staying with it to go get the rebound. And that was something Coach Bolden wanted to see out of her team, is going to get rebounds instead of waiting for them to bounce to them. And that was a case in point right there. Floater 10. Angeles no good. Got her own rebound, though. Dishes to Guardiola, who will score.
I think that's what you got to do. I think anytime you are a smaller team, you better get after every loose ball. She says rebound, but pursuing the loose ball, sort of the same thing.
Knapp over Schumacher goes to the ground. She'll get the nice shooter's bounce. Knapp with 14 to lead all scorers. And it's back down to a 1-point game. 5.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Castro directing traffic. Schumacher way up at the top of the key now.
And looks a little uncomfortable at that spot, really. But
Almeria defending her three-pointer in the left side is good by Castro, her 2nd of the night. Back out to a 4-point Lamar lead. Central shooting much better now. Still not great, 8 of 27 for 30%. 10 of 25, 40% for Lamar. Terrazas falls down, and they'll call a foul, which maybe is why she fell down. They're going to give the foul on Altea Cara Angeles. That'll be her first personal. 5th.
I think she might have got bailed. I think she was a little bit out of control at that point. But
I guess team fouls in the half don't matter, do they? 3rd team foul in the quarter. Wide open Almeria out of the inbound from Knapp will lay it up and in. Elena Almeria. First hometown bucket. She's out of Spain, a 5'11 freshman. Averages 2 points a game. She's got that now. 27-25 on the Pepsi scoreboard. Lamar the lead. Schumacher. Bounce baseline. Guardiola gets free from Boyd and lays it up and in.
I do like that team's interior passing.
It made a number of nice dishes down there in that charge arc area,
and I think it's made the degree of difficulty for their shots easier than the degree of difficulty for ours.
4:15 remaining. Terrazas out to Boyd. 2nd quarter, by the way. Boyd, dish, Almeria, back up top. 2-pointer on the way. Not good by Bolden, but Boyd will run the rebound down in the corner. Got by Chevelle getting the offensive rebound. Terrazas between the legs dribble. Scoots it left side. get past to the far corner wing. Boyd shut off there, wide open underneath, reverse, too far maybe underneath.
That's what I was thinking as well.
And the rebound by Waters.
Had to kind of limbo her way around to try to get that shot up.
4-point Lamar lead. They have the basketball, 3.5 left. Guardiola working on Boyd, knocked out of there by Terrazas, taken away by Alex. Alex, nice move, takes it all the way to the hoop by herself, lays it up and in. And we got a hurt player, Chevelle Boyd, stopping the play in the backcourt for Central. She's got a pretty good tape job on her right knee. And they're going to bring Callista New back into the ball game as Chevelle Boyd will check out. Again, Lamar won this last year to pick up their first win against Central in 4 tries.
Going to be a higher scoring game this year, it appears.
I don't think Castro feels real well on the Lamar side. She's kind of walking around gingerly as Almeria knocks that ball away, but it's picked up by Waters.
Just here to get up.
And then the ball knocked out of bounds by Terrazas. Will be a foul on Alex. Boyd kind of stretching out her back a little bit. Terrazas will pick up first personal foul. 4th team foul of the quarter. So 1 away from the bonus. Schumacher back to Angeles. Scoots it into the corner for Ortiz for 3. She'll knock a triple down.
It must be kind of crazy for the coach, Lindsey Farron, because they're making those threes like just a few feet right in front of her on the bench.
Yeah, that is their 5th tray by 3 different people. 5 of 12 from the 3-point line. Terraza, 17, is off the mark. Rebound by Waters. Boy, she's come on, added some pretty good minutes. 3 boards, 2 points for Maylee Waters after the injury to Rojas. 5-point Lamar lead. Angeles to Ortiz, back to Altea Carr Angeles. The Australian for 3, left side, airmails it out of bounds. That's her 2nd airmail of the game, unfortunately for that shooter. And it sails out of bounds, and it will be Central basketball. Back into the game comes Hannah Wolf for Emily Albrecht, or excuse me, Emily Schumacher. 2 and change left in the first half on that Pepsi scoreboard. New, Knapp, Terrazas playing catch around the perimeter right now. Bounce past Callista at the top. Hands it off to Knapp. Liv with 14 points, scoots it out. Bolden for 3. That one misses everything, but Knapp is there for the offensive rebound. 2 on the shot clock, and that'll be a travel violation. Shot clock, take your poison there, and they'll turn it over. 4th turnover of the game for Central, so I think Coach Fearing's got to be happy with that at the moment right now. Got them just 4 turnovers through 18 minutes of the first half. Ortiz out to Castro. Terrazas on her defensively. Man-to-man by Central in white. Lamar dressed in black. Wolf. Angeles, deep 3, buries it.
And it's weird, they'll play really, really tight defense, and suddenly, like they went underneath the pick and nobody came out, and it's a wide open shot from the 3-point land.
A long, wide open shot. Offensive foul on Callista New before Knapp snaps the cords on that.
Been kind of an accordion lead for, Lamar. They got to 6, tightened up to 6, and
8.
Got to, what was it, 11? Then
8, and then I get kind of yo-yoed back to 11.
But never has been. CWC has never led though, but it's been,
closest,
in and out. So
closest was 22-21. As they had outscored them 12-2 after going down by that 11-point deficit. Boyd playing defense on it's not Jada Dupree, it's Vivian Castro. Waters for 3 in the corner, no good. Almeria will get the rebound for Central.
She did miss it, but again, she was wide open to shoot that.
Knapp stops, 3-point line, high school, not gonna bounce in, and Wolf gets the rebound. Driving Waters, actually it's Ortiz will get the extra pass in the bucket, and it's back to a 10-point lead as we're almost to the halftime locker room.
I was almost expecting like somebody was going to switch on her, and nobody did.
Boyd with an air ball from the 3-point area. She'll get the ball handed back to her. That one's no good. They'll rebound it again. Shot clock, game clock, couple seconds off of each other at 17 and 11. Boyd up top to New. Kind of gun shy maybe from three-point land after missing that last one. Knapp, though, she'll fire it away. That one's no good. Waters another rebound.
Well, plenty of time, really.
Long three, Angeles, and that's how the first half will come to an end. Wow. 22-21 at one point. Since then, it's a 16-6 run by the visitors of Lamar as they have put themselves up 37-27 at the intermission on the Pepsi scoreboard. Lamar out in front, 37-27. Stay with us. We'll be bringing you some halftime stats. We'll look at the men's game and some other items on the agenda for our Rustler athletes. We'll do that after this timeout. This has been a first half presentation of Rustler basketball on 88.1, streaming live at rustlerathletics.com. (37-27), Lamar at the intermission, leading the CWC women on the Pepsi scoreboard. And it would go like this: 20-9 Lamar at the end of the first quarter. Central actually outscored Lamar 18-17 in that second quarter. And I guess I wouldn't have guessed that watching that score kind of accordion as we saw it. They had an 11-point lead at one point at 22-11. And then Central gets outscored by 10, 16-6 over the final 4.5 or so of the first half, and finds themselves down 37-27 right now. Liv Knapp leads the way. She has 14 points to lead all scorers. She has 3 3-pointers for CWC right now. The only one near double figures. Chevelle Boyd has 6. Alex Terrazas has 5, and 2 points for Elena Almeria. Leading the way rebounding, Alexis Motisi has 5 rebounds in the ball game right now. And
let's
see.
Pretty much came early. Of course, she didn't play as much in that second quarter either, though.
Callista New averaging, pulling down 3. Chevelle Boyd has 4 rebounds. On the other side, Altea Cara Angeles, 13 points, 4 rebounds for the Dixie-bound player from Australia. 13 points, as I mentioned. 6
it won't
for
be Dixie when she gets there.
Maybe not. 6 points for Vivian Castro. 5 points for Jolie Ortiz. T. Guardiola has 4 points. 4 points also for Christina Rojas, who went down in that first quarter and has not returned with an injury. We hope for the best for her. Obviously, Maylee Waters came in her place, has 2 points, but also has 3 rebounds. Ariana Aguirre has a point as well. So that's where it stands at the moment. 37-27, Lamar out in front. We'll take a look at some shooting numbers when we return from this break. Again, your Pepsi scoreboard, thanks to Pepsi. Our other sponsors, Tyler Watson, State Farm agent in Riverton, and also Non-Typical Services and Logistics. County 10, as well as Fremont Customs and the Golden Buffalo. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some shooting numbers and more on the halftime show. 37-27, Lamar out in front of Central at the break. (37-27), Lamar leading the CWC women at the half. And first half shooting in the contest, Central 10 of 37, just 27%. They were 2 of 14 early. They ended up 5 of 14 from the arc, 36%, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Lamar on the other side, 14 of 33, getting 4 less shots than Central, but making 4 more than Central, 42%. 6 of 16 from the arc, 38%. And Lamar has hit 3 of 4 free throws in the contest to build a 37-27 advantage. The men's game coming up here in just a bit. Looking at that ball game. CWC and Lamar, they would go overtime last year. If you remember, Lamar and their head coach only brought 8 players up. I think he only played 7. He had 3 of them in foul trouble as they went overtime, and Lamar won the game in overtime last year.
That seemed like we had everything in our favor as we went to the overtime, if I recall, but it didn't work out that way.
And so it will be the 2-1 Lamar Lopes and Coach Brad Schmidt looking for his team's first W of the season. And in the pregame interview, which we'll hear between games, I asked him a question. He was point blank, and that's, if you know Brad Schmidt, you're gonna get the honesty out of him. And I asked him, I said, what are some of the positives that our team is bringing forward right now? And he basically said nothing. We've got to improve with everything we've got to do right now, which was a pretty candid answer from the coach. And
will the starting lineup be altered? Because he went with the same starting lineup in all 3 games at CSI.
And he mentioned that it will be the 4th different starting lineup of the...
I thought I looked at those box scores, and I thought it was the same in all 3 games.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Did you look at those as well?
I actually did not look. And, you know, some of them were weird, depending on how you look at them. If you look at the box score on one team's website for the Colorado Northwestern game, you don't see any stats for a couple of players. If you look on the NJCAA stat sheet, then those players did play and were in there. So I'm not 100% sure.
And I was looking at the CWC stats when they were finally put down.
It's kind of an interesting crapshoot to get to where you get on some of those things like that. Central 0-4. They actually have unfortunately lost 7 in a row if you go back to the end of last year. Their last win was a big win over Casper on Casper's home floor, if you remember, about a 30-point pasting they put on the Thunderbirds then, but then came back and lost the play-in game at Casper a couple of weeks later. And Brad Schmidt in his 4th year there as well. So Coach Justin Sellers for Lamar in his 2nd year as the head coach. And like I said, they had 7 guys and they won it in overtime last year here at Central.
But pretty good trip from Lamar up to here. You're at the suburbs of New Mexico when you come up from Lamar.
Yeah, down in that far corner. A little bit different weather for them as well.
Your historical Bent's Fort, by the way.
And coming up to Central, the CWC Classic continues tomorrow. The early games will pit Lamar against Northwest College. The women will play at 11. The men will play at 1 o'clock. And then the CWC women will play one of the top-ranked teams in the country, the Western Nebraska Cougars, and Coach Chad Gibney, who put it on Northwest 90-something, 50-something in the early game today.
They put it on a few teams last year, if you recall.
Well, yeah, and not to
one was here.
beat that dead horse, but an 85-point Western win over the CWC ladies last year.
That dead horse was beaten, hung, dragged, shot. It was
taken out to the woodshed. And so then CWC ladies will play Western Nebraska at 3 o'clock, and then the 5 o'clock nightcap of the Rustler Classic will be CWC versus NJC, who lost 89-80 to Northwest College earlier this afternoon. So
sounded like a pretty good win for Northwest.
Yeah, pretty much led it wire to wire, got out to a big lead, and then had it kind of dissipate for a little bit, extended it back out, then watched it come back down, and ended up winning almost by double digits, winning by 9 in that 89-80. 37-27, it will be Lamar basketball when we come back for the second half. The Lopes lead by 10. We'll return to Rustler Radio, streaming live on rustlerathletics.com for the second half in just a moment. (37-27), Lamar leading the CWC ladies as we get ready for the second half. John Gabrielson, Joel Kindle, Elliot Follett, our cameraman. And Amanda Nikoloff and the new media crew assembling everything to make it easy for me to...
What's singular for crew? I think it might be in use tonight.
The dude, I guess. Yeah, Elliot is our crew, and I am changing graphics between games and starting streams and stopping streams, and yeah, and calling some games.
You're swimming upstream, it seems like, right?
Officiating and coaching and broadcasting and keeping stats.
Getting numbers straightened out.
Yeah, and that was an interesting thing. Maylee Waters wearing number 25 rather than number 13. 27-37 Central down. It will be Lamar basketball to begin the second half. They're led by Altea Cara Angeles, 13 points, 4 rebounds. Central led by Liv Knapp, 14 points. Lexi Motisi has the 5 rebounds. It will be New, Motisi, Knapp, Boyd, and Terrazas, the 5 in white for Central.
Has to be a different starting lineup for Lamar, obviously.
Angeles pulling the jersey late to come in. Yeah, it's going to be Aguirre coming in to start the second half in favor of Rojas. So it's Ortiz, Angeles, Castro, Schumacher, and Aguirre in black for Lamar as we begin the second half of basketball. Down by 10 is Central on defense. Terrazas really playing the right hand. Knapp almost got a piece of it. Angeles for 3 out of the gate. They make it a 13-point lead.
There's something I was going to say at halftime. That is the start of the second half is probably so important to these two teams here as CWC turns it over.
Yeah, give up a 3 and then turn it over in the first 22 seconds.
And I wasn't planning on saying it after this had occurred, but I was going to say that at halftime. Of course, I've said that. That's kind of been a standard thing I say.
6 turnovers by Central. They had 5 at the break. Schumacher.
This is the biggest lead for them, too, in the ball game.
Ortiz throws it away. Not sure where that one was going, but it ends up in the hands of Jalen Searles, who is a men's player who will come onto the court in the next game for CWC. Was talking with the head coach of the men's side as Knapp three-pointer doesn't go. New will get the rebound. Callista back to Knapp off glass. That's no good. And here comes Lamar the other way. Angeles up ahead. Aguirre knocked out of bounds by Boyd.
Actually a no-look pass on a pretty tight pass play.
It's going to stay. They have a DeAndre Barfield. We had a Ronnie Barfield here from that same locale in the Aurora area. Was wondering if they perhaps were related, but DeAndre not here on the trip to ask, unfortunately. So,
of course, Aurora, I think, is now the second largest city in Colorado. So
Shoemaker, nice extra bounce pass underneath to McGuire. That interior passing has been very good, and Lamar has all of a sudden opened up their largest lead of the night. Knapp to Boyd, up top to New. Callista to Terrazas, back to Boyd. She'll penetrate, be rejected and knocked to the floor. Ball loose, taken away by Angeles. She's going to go the distance with a right-hand scoop and lay it in. Nice play by...
And she kind of deked everybody, expecting the pass was coming as she slowed it down and then put it up.
Terrazas, a 3 to stop the bleeding, no good. Schumacher, the rebound, excuse me. And it's a 17-point Lamar lead, 7-0 in the first 2 minutes of the second half for the visiting Lopes. Ball thrown to the baseline and thrown away.
And they're doing this despite a couple of very unforced turnovers here as we start the third quarter.
Just under 8 minutes left to play. Third quarter, 44-27, the Lopes out in front. Knapp down low to Motisi. Lexi flips it over to New. Oh, she had a open 8-footer, let it go out. Boyd instead will snap nylon on the trifecta.
I know Motisi had 20 points in their last game, 21 actually, but it looks like she's not looking for her shot particularly here.
Top to Shoemaker, guarded by Motisi. Shoemaker puts it on the floor. Runs it out to Angeles for 3. That one's no good. Motisi, rebound number 6. Boyd made that three a minute ago. They're going to leave her wide open for another one. That won't happen, though, and Shoemaker gets the rebound.
A couple of volleyball players have made their way to the gym.
Shoemaker 5 rebounds for Lamar. CWC's nationally ranked volleyball team, Mid-Plains B region champions. That ball off the foot. And another turnover by Lamar, their third of the second half, yet they've still managed to open up a 14-point lead and 17 at one point.
And Castro was certain it had come off a CWC player, which I didn't think it had. I thought it came off
she
her
didn't
as
even,
well, but she was just kind of watched it is all she did with it.
Scramble for it like it was off her at all.
And a scramble wasn't even necessary, it was just slowly going that direction.
Baseline, Boyd. Chevelle back up top, Knapp, right side, New. Callista from down under, no good. Motisi goes and gets the rebound. Long three, Olivia Knapp, no good. Rebound picked up by Shoemaker. Shoemaker and Jealous fouled by Knapp.
That's a case of running a 2-on-3 fast break.
And getting to go to the line as a result. And Jealous will go back to the line. Foul number 2 on Liv Knapp. Olivia, by the way, 5'6" freshman from Hillsboro, Oregon, averages 4 assists, along with 11 points, 5 rebounds. Already with 14 on the night as Angeles makes the first. She's got 19 now.
And has really supplanted, Knapp is the high scorer of the ball game for either team.
Second is good. We'll get a substitution. Bolden back into the ball game. Back to a 16-point game. Mimi back in. 22 the season high for Angeles, by the way. Terrazas, top of the key, down low to Motisi. She'll throw it baseline, Terrazas. Liv Knapp's high is 16, by the way. Boyd for 3, skims off into the hands of Schumacher.
If I'm not mistaken, almost all of CWC shots have been threes in this quarter.
I am missing 2 in the interior inside the 3. Shoemaker travels with it. That'll be turnover number 8.
Gives this crowd something to cheer about, which they haven't had a whole lot of here in this third quarter.
Down 16, approaching the midpoint of quarter number 3. After they had gotten down 11, battled back to within 1, and then they've seen it balloon to 17 here in the third quarter. New to Boyd, three-pointer on the way, good. 7 of 22 from the three-point line for Central. Boyd, that is her third. She has 12. Bolden playing defense. Nice pass. Aguirre wide open. Bank it, got it, and one.
When CWC seems to make a 3, there's the answer each time it appears.
Mimi Bolden's going to pick up her second personal foul.
I think our entire volleyball team has now trickled into the contest.
New going to check out. We're going to see a new Rustler out there. Natalia Markovich, a 5'10" freshman from Serbia, checking in.
The new Rustler came in for new, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Back of the iron, and Motisi's going to get the rebound as she gets fouled over the back by Shoemaker. 5 of 7 from the free throw line is Lamar. 48-33, 15-point Lamar advantage midway through this third quarter. Markovich up top, Boyd, back over to Bolden. Baseline, Markovich. She'll drive, right-hand scoop, no good. Rebound, battled for and picked up by Ortiz. Ortiz to Angeles. It bounces off the foot of a Rustler and out of bounds. It will stay Lamar basketball. And that's when we'll get our media timeout. 48-33 Lamar. They've outscored Central 11-6 in the third quarter to build at one point a 17-point lead, now at 15. We'll be back with more basketball from Central Wyoming College. After this timeout, this is Rustler Radio, streaming live at rustlerathletics.com. Lamar basketball out of the timeout. They have 24 to shoot. Central need to get some stops on one end and get some balls to drop on the other end.
I think they need to mix up their offense going inside as well as the outside a little bit.
Yeah, they've hoisted 22 threes so far. Might have been a double dribble as it got knocked away. Angeles with 7 to shoot, runs down the lane and scores. 22 for Angeles.
Well, we don't have an answer for her right now.
Mentioned to you, her season high is 22. She's done it 2 other times. That 3, no good. And rebound and a foul.
No.
Oh, no foul, just out of bounds. They thought they got the turnover, and they do not, as Ortiz came away with the rebound, had it knocked away by Bolden. 17-point lead, their biggest of the night. They had matched that previously at 44-27.
You were saying they were using Motisi at his 3, but she's definitely guarding the 4 in this defense.
Aguirre,
or 5, I should say,
getting free. And I think on the defensive side, maybe where you got to see her is she'll travel with it. She got it, kind of bobbled it as she wanted to make her move, and they'll call her for a travel. Terrazas comes out. Almeria has checked in. Motisi is out. Boyd is back in. Schumacher is left. Wolf has come in for Hurd.
And the Lopes men's team is heading to the locker.
Those 3 guards have gone the distance pretty much. Ortiz, Angeles, and Castro. I don't know if they've sat, have they? Castro, left-hand runner is good on the left side.
The degree of difficulty on a kind of an extended layup was pretty high.
And the Lopes now loping away from the Rustlers, leading by 21. Markovich to Knapp. Down to the low baseline. Almeria back out to Boyd. Knapp now. Shot clock running down to 8. Launch by Central. No good. Rebound the other way by Lamar. Two and a half remaining in the third quarter. Angeles from 17 goes 16. McGuire ends up with a rebound, puts it up and in.
So even their best player misses a shot, they still, get a net gain out of the play.
And a 23-point.
Get that net gain.
Okay. Got it. Very punny. 23-point lead. 3 new Rustlers will check in as Markovich from 3-point land, no good. Aguirre the rebound. Central 24 threes they've shot now. Baseline, oh boy, that just ended up in the hands of Wolf. She'll push it up and score it and be fouled. Well, she was pretty fortunate to get the catch for 1, and then she scores and gets fouled.
Let's give some credit to Bogle and Carter, the new coaches. This is a much better team than last year's team coming from Lamar. And they seem to be much more in control of what they're doing than
Well,
last year's
like
team.
I mentioned, they didn't get the job till August 21st, and classes started the 23rd.
So what's the recruiting class? Who they could find, or?
Pretty much 4 returners basically on the team as Wolf. I think you should play it. Nobody did anything. Nobody did anything on the miss, and then they're going to call a foul on Motisi after all that.
Well, I think only one player was aware, if that.
So they'll give the foul to Alexis Motisi as she kind of went to play defense on Aguirre, who had gotten the pretty much dead ball rebound. Sierra Dinawa has checked into the ball game for Lamar as Coach Bogle going a little deeper in the bench with a 25-point lead. Dinawa has that one go off the side of the backboard out of bounds.
I was surprised that wasn't a dead ball. I thought it went on the back of the backboard.
Ivana Bajic back into the contest for Central. 90 seconds left to play. Nice move, Terrazas. Rejected, though, by Aguirre. Taken away by Aguirre. Boy, good first move by Terrazas, but Aguirre says no soup for you underneath. Seinfeld reference.
I was with you all the way there,
Guardiola. All right, Newman.
That's not who I wanted to be, but
You knew it was coming. 9 to shoot. Ball partially blocked by Bajic and then thrown away. Turnover number 9 on Lamar. 60 seconds left in the third. Boyd in traffic. Motisi falls down. Ball gets knocked away and taken away. Terrazas ends up with it. Then a foul, I think, over the back on Castro. She kind of piled on.
which is odd because they hardly ever call that for the pile on. Seems to be free game typically.
Free for all on a loose ball, and they'll call the foul on Castro. Her first.
Rugby rules suddenly apply typically for loose balls.
Shot clock back to 20. Game clock at 54. And Terrazas will trigger the inbound. Almeria to Bajic, back to Alex. Out of Boyd, she'll leave her open for three over Waters. No good, then Waters goes and gets the rebound.
Did we lead them in rebounding in the first half? Because if we did, I think that lead is dissipated.
I will have to go look. I don't know if I keep track of first half rebounds versus, but we're down 9 in the rebounding now at 36-27.
And the papers don't get brought up just anymore either.
It's too far of a hike. Shot clock to 8, 20 seconds left. Castro with 4, drives the lane, airmails it, Bajic the rebound. Ivana with the board. 10 seconds, Terrazas checks the clock, calls the last play. Alex runs past 1, floats in for 8. Glass battles for her own rebound, but can't. And Central going to get outscored 21-6 here in the third quarter and faces a 25-point deficit heading into the fourth quarter.
Now think about that. You're averaging 11 points a quarter right now.
End of 3 from Central. Lamar 58, Central 33. Back for the fourth and final quarter after this break. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media, streaming live at rustlerathletics.com. 25-point deficit for the Lady Rustlers as we head into the final 10 minutes of this one from Rustler Gym. In the third quarter shooting, the visitors would go 8 of 12, 67%. Central did not have a field goal in that quarter.
No, we got a 3.
Yeah, they had 2 threes, excuse me. So,
but that's all we got.
Excuse me, they went 9 of 14 as that 3 by Knapp doesn't go in. Just a 2. Central 2 of 17 in that quarter. Lamar 9 of 14.
And a lot has to do with the quality of shot, too, that the two teams were taking.
Ball knocked into the backcourt. Dinawa goes and gets it, throws it away. New ends up with it. Knapp's going to pick it up, fire it up, and put it in for 2 on the left-hand layup.
Now, that was good hands to be able to get it up and, before the scrum were to occur and quickly throw it up and in.
How about the hustle points, getting that from midcourt to get down there to pick that up, that loose ball.
And the first 2-point basket of the second half.
Right, 16 points for Knapp, and we're going to have a collision and a foul called on Central as Callista New trying to take the charge. We got an injured player down as well, and that is Vivian Castro. Angeles checking back into the ball game. Callista will pick up her 3rd personal foul, by the way. Central
and Lamar
down
with one player injured already. We saw a couple other look like they were injured before the game began.
Yeah, Rojas early going down, and now Castro. She's going to get up gingerly down there on the left side of the court. She will walk off under her own power.
Yeah. Part of their 3-headed guard monster that they seem to have unleashed on us.
That trio has been pretty salty.
It reminds me a little bit of those Eastern Wyoming college teams that had the guards from Spain that were quite elusive.
Yes, absolutely. And the one from Western Nebraska from Spain as well as those Spain guards. So 35 points out of those 3 for...
Which is what we have a total
for Lamar. And they'll put the shot clock back to 20 at this. How about this? Lamar has also gotten 17 points off the bench, where Central has just 2 points off the bench here tonight so far.
Of course, the thing there is they were forced to go to their bench, too, because of the injury.
There's Waters off the bench, knocking down a 2 from the left side angle. Back to a 25-point lead, 60-35. Under 9 minutes to play in the ballgame. Knapp, top of the key for 3, left it short. Rebound run down by Dinawa. 7 of 26 from three-point land for Central. 13 of 57 for the game, just 53% in their home opener. Waters for 3, no good. Knapp the rebound. Live up into the front court, they'll throw it away.
You get ahead of the play, but you've got to have your head turned, because if you're ahead of the play, you're a prospective passing target, and that the head never turned back to see that a ball could be coming that direction.
Turnover on Central. Angeles guarded by Knapp. 22 points, tying her season high. Knapp physical on her. Angeles gets to the baseline to Waters. She'll travel with it, turn it over. I have Central at 10 turnovers and Lamar at 11. Central just not shooting the ball very well, 23% in their home gym tonight. Boyd to Knapp, one hop pass to Almeria, back to Boyd, 3 on the way. Back of the iron, and the rebound by Waters.
It seems like our rebounding has cooled down substantially here in the second half.
Foul on Central. It's going to go against Chevelle Boyd, her second. (17-9) the rebounding in the second half on a little quick math on my behalf.
You know, too, as a coach that's hired that late, you don't have a chance to say, hey, here's what you guys need to do over the summer. open gyms, etc. as a basket there.
And Hannah Wolf on an assist to Guardiola. Boyd is going to be...
I would have to believe they lead an assist too,
Steal. That is one thing I am not talented enough to keep track of, is assists on everything else that I have to control from this vantage point. 7 minutes left to play. 27-point lead.
I was generalizing.
3, Knapp, no good. Almeria the rebound. That's no good, but she's fouled. Third rebound by Elena, and she is fouled by Dinawa. That'll be her first. Elena Almeria to the line. Has not shot a free throw yet this season. Now she's 100%. Largest lead was just 27 moments ago. Cut to 25 on back-to-back free throws by Almeria.
I have a one-person press. I don't know. I think you need to get together as a team if you're going to press.
Waters guarded by New. Give the ball to Guardiola. She'll throw it away. I think Waters was heading to the hoop. Guardiola shot it down there to her, overshoots her and knocks it out, throws it out of bounds. Turnover number 13 on Lamar. Knapp underneath. Motisi has it. Going to get a foul on Lamar. It's going to go against Guardiola. Reset this shot clock to 20, and Knapp will trigger it inbounds. New, Almeria, Motisi, and Boyd, the 5 on the court for the Rustlers. Down 25 with 6:10 remaining in the contest. New to Motisi, 15-foot, might have been partially blocked as Almeria gets the rebound. Put it up and in.
She's had a couple of good plays here since she's been in, actually.
Nice tough move by Elena Almeria. She's got 4 points, a chance for 5, all of it here in this quarter. And that foul going to be whistled on Dinawa again, her second.
From Spain, you play well here.
Second one good. Actually, first and only good. She's got 7. I said 5. She has 7, and 5 of it here as Angeles gets past everybody and scores with 24 for her and a 24-point lead.
Well, there were people there, but it was still an uncontested layup.
Boyd, Almeria, no good. New the rebound. Central will reset. Knapp from 17 left side is good. Liv Knapp with 18 now.
There's most of that coming in the first half.
Yeah, that is her 4th point of the second half for Liv Knapp. Central down 22 now, 5:20 remaining. Guardiola run over Boyd. 3 on the way, no good from Dinawa. Boyd the rebound, long pass, and falling down is Almeria. That ball just rolls out of bounds, and it will be a turnover on Central. I've got him at 11. Man-to-man pressure a bit as Angeles runs past
She goes cross current on her, trying to keep her behind her.
The Barnyard Cat offense. Stealing a term from about a decade ago.
From yourself.
From my own self from the high school calling days of Wind River. Guardiola turns around. Good box out by Motisi as the shot misses. 9 rebounds for Lexi. Working on that double-digit side there, but has not scored tonight after scoring 21. Till now, no, that one's not going to go in. And ball squirts around, and Callista New ends up with it. Foul on Lamar. Pleading her case is Dinawa, so I'm going to guess that she's the recipient. And it is. So that'll be 3 on Sierra Dinawa. All of them in the 4th quarter. And we've got a media timeout. 4.5 left from Central Wyoming College. It's been all Lamar in the second half. They lead the Rustlers 64-42. Returning after this timeout, this is Rustler basketball. Knapp will trigger it inbound as the Rustlers put one on each corner of the paint. Knapp finds Motisi. She'll be fouled and will go to the line on the inbound. Foul is on Ortiz. That will be number 2 on Jolie Ortiz. 5th team foul, so Central will shoot the final 4:31 of the contest, but not much consequence there as Lexi knocks down the free throw, her first point of the night. 9 boards, 1 point. Second one, good. 50% on the night, 2 for 4 for Motisi. Cuts the lead to 20 with 4.5 remaining in the contest. Waters hands it back to Dinawa. Wolf, Ortiz. Driving, Angeles, baseline 10, missed it. Motisi the rebound. Boy, she got her ankle trapped underneath. Comes out of there with it. Central underneath, Motisi gets free, banks it off glass and in. Boy, doing it on both ends. The rebound on one end and then gets the recipient of a nice pass on the other end. Coach Fearing calling a quick timeout with 3:56 left, but down 18.
A couple of starters being reinserted on the Lamar side.
Again, the CWC men will take on Lamar next. We'll have that game for you in its entirety here on 88.1. We doubt we're going to be off the air at this point. There was a IT network update they were going to do at 6:45 tonight and should be back on about 7:15. And then we kind of stepped in and said, we're kind of in need of network connection, both for the TV broadcast and for the radio side. So IT, very accommodating. They will do the update a little bit later tonight. So thanks to John Wood of the IT department here at Central Wyoming College. Accommodating the broadcasting here. Thanks to the Wyoming PBS crew as well. Stephen McKnight, Francis Obakoya. Also, Joel Kindle, who is a part of that Wyoming PBS umbrella. And Amanda Nikoloff, the professor of new media.
You know, Steve McKnight used to do a blog, by the way, on the St. Louis Cardinals.
He was a Cardinals fan.
Which Lamar University in Texas is the Cardinals, by the way. There's a seg there somewhere.
3:56 left out of the timeout. Down 18 Central. Angeles back across the timeline for
Lamar. They like
Lamar.
to go against the grain once they get that initial step.
Angeles working on Terrazas. Back to Aguirre. Dinawa. Schumacher, if I could spit it out. Back door, baseline, Ortiz missed. Knapp the rebound. Here comes Central. Motisi turnaround 6 in the paint. Missed it. Rebound, though, brought down by Calistanu. 3 by Terrazas is good. Terrazas has 8. Central 8 of 29 from three-point land. And they have cut the lead to 15 with 3:19 left to play. A 30-second timeout. Back with the finale from Rustler Radio. 3:19 remaining. Central mounting some kind of sorts of a comeback here, but maybe too little too late. See how the final 3:19 plays out.
Of course, you want something good to happen as you go into tomorrow's game, and that may be a comeback that comes up short.
Central, by the way, is 1-5 against Lamar in men's basketball. Lamar won last year on this court in overtime. Most of those games, by the way, being played at regional tournaments.
Yeah, it's been a fairly new opponent for us in regular season play.
Just geographically a long ways away. Double team, almost a steal, almost another steal. New ends up with it. Coach Lindsey Fearing calling a timeout, which now you're down to 2 timeouts as you try to mount this comeback with 3:04 left. But
I was like that with the timeout, and you're not really sure if anybody even controls the ball when they give it to you, but
they gave it to Central. And that'll be turnover number 14 on Lamar.
And the turnover probably should have came a little bit ahead of that.
Right.
As a kind of a lollipop pass across, in traffic.
Well, then a good job by New to kind of poke it away after the fact as they appeared to have gathered it back in as well. 3:04 left to play, fourth quarter on that Pepsi scoreboard. Lamar 64, Central 49. Central has outscored Lamar 16-6 in the fourth quarter and still trails by 15. And the biggest lead of the game was 27.
And the goofy thing is CWC lined up the wrong end of the court after this. And so everybody was at the opposite end before they inbounded the ball.
They've outscored them 14-2 since being down 62-35. Knapp out of the timeout. Central with the possession. Liv working on Angeles, throws it into the paint, almost to nobody, but New ends up with it. Down low to Motisi. She's going to be bodied up and fouled. And that'll send Alexis back to the line for Central. That foul is on Castro, her second. Really nobody in foul trouble. Nobody has more than 3, and that's Dinawa, who has come off the bench to get all 3 in this fourth quarter. But it will be Central shooting 2 free throws on any foul from this point on. Free throw is good by Motisi. 5 points, 10 rebounds for Lexi. Riverton High School product, one of 2 on the team. She gets both. She's hit 4 in a row. Lead is cut to 13 now. Central pressing. Castro looking to stay out of that half-court trap. Ball got tipped away, but picking it up is Ortiz. Shot clock at 20 as they get it across the timeline now. Got to find Angeles. She has it now. She's kind of your steadying influence underneath. Aguirre off the glass is good on the dish from Angeles. Back to 15-point pad now. New kind of not looking for her shot after missing a couple here early. Callista gets it back on the left side. Puts it on the floor, runs past Aguirre. Right hand on the left side. Callista's first points of the game. She has 7 rebounds, but her first bucket of the contest. Angeles inside of 2 minutes left to play. Central has 3 fouls to give, but I'm not sure even if that's a point right now. Aguirre blocked and fouled by New, and that's going to be 4 on Callista. She is the first one in the gym to 4 fouls tonight. Nobody else with more than 2 for Central, as Chevelle Boyd is going to check back into the game for CWC. Minute 48 remaining in the fourth quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. Still a 13-point game. Central outscoring Lamar 20-8 here in the fourth quarter, as Aguirre knocks the first free throw in. She has 12 points off the bench, half of the bench's output of 24. Second one is no
from
good.
A slight angle on the free throw, by the way.
New will get the rebound. 8 boards for Callista New. Knapp into the paint, kicks it back out to Rojas now. Schumacher kind of ran into her. Ball knocked away. Knapp gets it back. 90 seconds left. Central's got to find some urgency to get a couple of shots off here, as Knapp will fade from 15 and miss it. Shoemaker the rebound. That'll probably quell any thoughts of a comeback if, in fact, there was legit thoughts of that happening. Underneath baseline, wrap around, and travel violation. Oh, she's called her out of bounds. Turnover number 15. 1:08 left. Down by 14. Got down by 27 at one point. Liv Knapp. Guarded by Castro. Pump fake Terrazas. Back up top Liv. Right side wide open. Boyd for three. No good. New will pick up the rebound, getting close to double-digit rebounds for her, and a foul as Terrazas gets knocked to the turf in the paint. Schumacher gets the foul there for 4. Alex Terrazas, 8 points on the night, now 9.
Sounds like somebody's firing up a steak on your hoop mic.
You know, and I put different antennas on that to avoid such a occasion as well.
Maybe got a sponsorship from Sizzler or something, but.
Turn it up for you there as Terrazas gets both. 46 seconds left. 67-55. Lamar will go to 3-3, stopping a 2-game skid. Central will drop to 1-2 and lose their second in a row. Schumacher working on Motisi, goes underneath with a reverse and will be fouled by Alexis. That'll be number 2 on Motisi. Schumacher will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. She has 2 points and 8 rebounds tonight, Emily Schumacher. First on the way, no good. 28 seconds left, shot clock at 20 unless there is a defensive rebound. Then it'll be put to bed as Motisi will grab another one for her 11th unofficially, and a quick timeout by Central. We'll step aside and finish this game after this. 27 seconds left, 67-55. It is the Lopes out in front. We'll finish it after this timeout on 88-1. .27 seconds remaining. Lamar, like I said, will end a 2-game losing skid and go to 3-3. Central drop to 1-3 and will play nationally ranked Western Nebraska tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock.
And the Lopes will get
Northwest at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Northwest was beaten into submission by that nationally ranked aforementioned Western Nebraska team just a bit ago as well. Their men's team is in Seward, Nebraska, as Knapp fires a 3. Motisi with another rebound. Long 3, Terrazas is good. 13 seconds left. Angeles in the backcourt. Well, they call a foul. I thought she avoided everything. I thought she got away from all the contact, to be honest with you.
They were trying to foul her, certainly, but
got the intent. I'm going to just eliminate that bacon fryer at the moment. Foul is on Callista New, her 5th personal foul. She will be disqualified after 9 rebounds and 2 points for Callista New.
I was about to order a petite filet, actually, there, but
sounds good, actually. Elena Almeria will check into the ball game and boot Liv Knapp out of the low blocks. With 10.8 left showing on the Pepsi scoreboard. 67-58. Free throw is no good by Angeles. About the only thing she hasn't done well tonight. She's 2 for 3 from the line. 24 points, 7 rebounds for Altea Cara Angeles. Second one is good. 10-point game and a timeout postponing the inevitable will take it with them. Step aside. Final 11 seconds after this. A 10-point Lamar lead on 88.1. .8 seconds and a 10-point Lamar lead. They led by 27 and have been outscored here in the fourth quarter 25-10, but it was the 20-9 first quarter and the 21-6 third quarter that Lamar put on the Rustlers that built a 27-point lead, kind of removed the doubt despite a bit of a CWC comeback down the stretch. Out of the timeout to Rojas, back to Boyd, 3 misses, Aguirre the rebound, and that game will end. 68-58 your final score from Rustler Gymnasium as Lamar has defeated the CWC Lady Rustlers as we close out at 7 o'clock straight up at KCWC FM Riverton. 68-58 your final. Your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show brought to you by Wydot is coming your way right after this. We'll take a look at some final stats and get ready for the men's game. This is Rustler basketball on 88.1. Lamar winning by 10. We'll be back. Your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show is next. This is your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show. It's brought to you by Wydot as the Lamar Lopes down the CWC Rustlers 68-58, the final score. They built an 11-point lead after one. It was a 10-point lead at halftime at 37-27. And then out of the gate of the second half, a Lamar bucket, a Central turnover and foul, and it ended up being a 21-6 third quarter that saw them post a 27-point lead. And then Central outscores Lamar 25-10, but you wonder how the game's played after you've opened up a 27-point advantage forLamar, and they go away and
feel
win
a little bit better.
Yeah, 68-58 the final score. Altea Cara Angeles, 25 points to lead the Lopes tonight, 7 rebounds as well. Ariana Aguirre off the bench, 12 points, 9 rebounds for her part off the bench tonight. Guardiola with 6, Ortiz with 5, 8 for Vivian Castro. Waters had 4, Schumacher with 2, but she also pulled down 8 rebounds. Hannah Wolf, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Christina Rojas, before being injured and leaving the ballgame in that first quarter, had 4 points and 2 rebounds for the Lamar Lopes, who improved now to 3-3 on the basketball season. For CWC, they were led by Liv Knapp, 18 points for Liv with 4 rebounds as well. 13 points for Alex Terrazas, 12 points for Chevelle Boyd. She had 5 rebounds as well. Lexi Motisi, 6 points, 12 rebounds as she continues the rebounding tear. 7 points for Elena Almeria with 4 rebounds in the ball game. Callista New, 2 points, but Callista also had 9 rebounds in the contest. Central and Lamar ended up dead even in the rebounds by my stats at 42 apiece. It was a pretty good discrepancy at 1 point. Central did not shoot great, to say the least. They would end up going, as I look at the shooting stats in this one, for the game, 19 of 74. They had 18 more shots than did Lamar, but ended up only shooting 26%, 9 of 33 from the arc, 27%. They would hit 11 of 13 free throws. Lamar, 27 of 56, a lot less shots, but a lot better percentage at 48. 7 of 20 from the arc, 7 of 13 from the free throw line, and Lamar goes away and wins 68-58. Central now 1-3. Lamar is 3-3. Lamar will play at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning against Northwest College. Central will play at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon against nationally ranked Western Nebraska.
I give credit, I think, to what they've done at Lamar. I think Lauren Bogle and Devin Carter have done a nice job. This team is a better team than what we saw here last year, especially with the little preparation that they had when they took over this program in late August.
Yeah, definitely so, and they come away with a 68-58 win. We're going to turn the page after a quick news break. We'll hit some news, and we'll come back, and we will get you some news, some County 10 updates, and then we'll come back with a pregame show with Brad Schmidt and a pregame interview with our men's head coach, Brad Schmidt, as they get ready for Lamar, and we'll do that after this timeout. Once again, this is presentation of Rustler Media. Lamar defeating the CWC ladies 68-58. We'll be back in just a few as we're between games from Rustler Radio, 88.1, streaming live at rustlerathletics.com. If you're watching this stream, it's going to stop. You'll need to restart. We'll do that here in just a bit.